Ndioka. Tata umuchineke. Egodia mba. Ndioka. Ngwano no gina kanya kita. Obu no gina kude mama. See at the Lord. Nekwaya before we go keskipo. Ngwane te kwaya negidi anya eyeball to eyeball. Obu no joronjo see a devil is a liar. Ndioka. Kemgbe ndị dibịa na ndị ụmụ arụrụ ala ndị oke agbụma abụọ yiri kootu banya n'ụlọ onye ka na-afụ ndị majik n'ụzọ ebe ọ bụla itinye isi ụmụnwere anyị ejemara m owere jere mmiri ego ụmụnwere anyị ejemara m owere jere mmiri ego chakama ego ga bịa wele obodo anyị bịa rie ya ịnụrụkwa ala yunivesiti aba bịakwa ala owere bịa rie ya inojilarịra mmadụ ji ahụhụ mkpa ego bejikwa ahụhụ rie ya chiaje owere nnụkara ka ada eji marụ ya ntị maka ahụkwala na ya anya gọnawụ mbere chiaje onye mmadụ mma aga na owere ebe jere ego nwanne ukwu nwanyị ọbụla karịala onye nwụrụ nwanne onye na-etu isi heke nwanne mgbakọ owere ji mara mma anyị na-enweghị ihe nwanne ike nne nwa ya dabịa niile chinwe mgbe brọdale ike gwa ya gara ewe ọ bụ ikpochekwa owere anyị mma na ebe ya kama ya dị ikpochekwa owere anyị ga-eri mgberi kichin kerie elu n'ọmara ma ọrụfọ were anya kpọwụrụ na kachi nwanne adịghị baba ọgwa prọntaki onye mmeri mma ya eje n'ebe ahụ ri afọ nwanne akụrị mma nwanne akụrị mma nwanne ike nna m ọhịa ebere adị igbo ụmụ were ndị ya agụneche ọmeja dị mma nwanne ekechere ihu kechere anya ụmụ were ndị ya ejemara bụ Igbo maka anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị ga-ebio Igbo bụ Igbo maka anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị bụ ofo Igbo onye Enugu na Igbo maka anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị bụ ofo Igbo onye Anambra Igbo maka anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị bụ ofo Igbo onye Igbo Igbo maka anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị bụ ofo
Du denkst, vielleicht wird es langsam Zeit für was Neues.
ilana mebo na kitia Onye gabuka gabulili Ajuja jora mama Onye mama muzabulu Onye gabuka gabulili Ibi gabuki gabulili Ebe na-atụli mụ wee kwuo Makwa na akịkọ na anụzi ya Na si na mara ka mụ kwuo Bale makamu Ililo nina dila bale makamu Isusu dina dila bale makamu Nabasha naluma kiti Yadila wekula sete kawazia Nabeke baraka murugoduwa Melilo Wakwake gumunde tiko Ejibuka yaga onenuwae Unachibu yaga Melilo nuwa Eja jumo kiri nuwa Abuzi woke gugu neti juya Nane bulu mokwa Olima da lima Oya lima beguma ekwa miri Olima da Olima dada lume Olima bekumo ekwe bini Olima dada lume Olima bekumo ekwe bini Oluje Igbo Machubu Julaju Chukwu kele onye maliri ọkagbuo Chukwu kele nuwa Nkuzi nwa makụ ube Emeka gbara ọkọ n'ịga n'ilili Ndị obodo anyị na-ebe Akwalili ndị obodo bụ na-emerụ Chukwu kalụ wee beke n'ofe Obu nwa ka ji nwa na nkịtị etu a Edi nwa doka ka na-ebe Obu nwanne m hụrụ n'anya Obu nwanne Igwela na-ebi Beke mara ọkọ n'ịga n'ilili Eje na-ebi isi ije Mega baroko ni kanata. Makadani wado keke wadimo. Welu sabodamu. Wajiri makamu wekwami. Wanamu noga nilijima. Jana bari ndi azaba. Wanamu noga nilijima. Wana batu na reni yonanda. Soja bona tuzile na Mega mara kono kani. Ewe bili kotola ni manekao. Sima kote kono nana bara. Nana bara toyi. Ewa mochi de duwa. Mosisi toya koye nama. Onya sila sili mechita kaya. Pamolo na manama. Eja ino kadili gima. Isya beke kalu deku. Sonya bratili le nanua. Oyibu waji kinga ni gadiye. Number 1 Africa DJ. Wasilonya na sasi nijina nabo. Beke baroko ni gadi. Una abukano na dilo buchana kabuo. Ebe shimusi na kagani. Okuna buko edilo buchana kabuo. Ebe shimusi na kagani. Abukano dilo buchana kabuo. Ebe shimusi na kagani. Edilo buchana kabuo. Ebe shimusi na kagani. Samuel wabi nebe. Samuel wabi nawa. Emeka baroko enote barwe. Agale mona fodu Kese manga nata. Meka baroko ni kadili. Anu uwe mala mwiye mwa fodu. Kano na medukiri. Ojo me meka baroko enote barwe. Kwante wana nolele mangu newa. Ibanye neme mali yarwa. Negu muno mali marwa. Ene mene ine mene mama. Olu ni boni nane fu. Emeka baroko ni gadi ni duwe. Emeka baroko ni bebe koro inenu wae. Wa baroko ni gadi ye. Janu malibe. Wane kuna ngana kalili. Ini wanda mama kadede girma ojo. Emesa tanaika. Igbo. Namaja siri na nabia. Ogologo duka yinaya. Onye lodi duka ndu. Okaka chikelu. Olise bi ni ogologo duka yinaya. 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 Ebonye na ya dosi kenuwa o. Nkino magisi kenuwa o. Machuku kalu wono na biso. Ana lola na mambo. Sebanu wabanya managoka o. Omibo na managoka e. Abago bono de kanjawo. Asili tilo e. Oyi meji pushasi duwe. Ina yeluga nubu ajiye. Managing Director Onyama. Lulu Industrial Company Nigeria Limited. Everybody Angel Oyibo Nduwa. President General. Moonlight Social Club of Nigeria. Onyama na ganiri ipa. Dealers. Na fishing material ni mo ijado. Oyibo challenge Nduwa. Onyama na ganiri ipa. Silver Saudagi. Wakeke na nabwe. Oyinbo melora na nabwe. Na tubu godi moroma. Managing Director. Silver United Nigeria Limited. Everybody falling in the Wakeke ya mama. Achaluga wanyoma. Isi ase kene sopu. Onyama police na wanyoma. Onyama ni bochila zuwa. Elati ni wanyoma. Onyama ni bochila zuwa. Onyama ni bochila zuwa. Alobati mwebebu. Livingston na nobu onyama. Managing Director as a Nigeria Limited. Alobati Nigeria Limited. Stone West Africa Limited. $1 and a half. Onyama DS now. They cannot listen for no people. Even the rock I want there. One day more would be one day more not. I need it. Olima no lima oya lima be kumo ekwenti. Olima no lima oya lima be kumo ekwenti. She made you Nanisha. A contact on Nigeria living. I am an Abuja down. Wow. Never just limited on your mouth. Can I push it in body soup? I imagine the body soup. Or you go pull out of this in your body. On your mouth, the body soup. On your mouth. What will we know you go? What the one of the game out? Can elevate your evil? Consumers and one about to bang you. I will bang in their good. On your man, I didn't give out. Can you do my command? You can look. I go back and I need more on your mouth. Only must group of family. Nigeria limited on your mouth. Even when I'm going to walk back, when you remember, Lord, and I need say, oh, you do. Even when I want to kill on the beginning, when you must have a man to over CC. Ebenezer, even if you were Tika, everybody can ananka. Local foundation, the money channel. On your man, oh, God, did give out. I couldn't hear more than Ogidi. Let us learn an Ogidi. Even the bullets learn an even the bullets do learn a Bonyama. Sit up in him, no, but on the shadow. But sit on the shadow with little. I'm not like a city, even this. But the bullets do learn an Ogidi. Push on the one in your car. Oye bana du gona ka bialie na bonu no di mo yo do pelebi onye mana ga diri gi pa so de wa mo loku oye mo blessed sonny with blessed money there's a chicken on there on Egwanye gaji ba December lupo. Egwanye gaji ba December. Okaka chikeluwe. Polisa bidi go gana kondo kanye na yo. Okaka chikeluwe. Polisa bidi go gana kondo kanye na yo. Osi da wambo loku. Akuda no zubulu bonyo bae. Oyibo chali azu no kwe. Ida wana dilora mishida. don't want that to lot of the shit out. When your man up, I didn't give out. Should you or come? Oh, well, let me put up with you. Everybody can dish it out. Oh, God, didn't give out. Una bugano na dile mushana kamu. Wama ebe chimu sinanga kani. Una bugano dile mushana kamu. Wama ebe chimu sinanga kani. Una bugano na dile mushana kamu. Wama ebe chimu sinanga kani. Una bugano dile mushana kamu. Wama ebe chimu sinanga kani.
To die in the battlefield, never mind, we shall meet again. Go on the sea, and then I'm a Rojuku. Agamaga Rojuku, Iyaya Paharo, Ikamuna Muna Gibo, Giwemeri. Agamaga Rojuku, Iyaya Paharo, Ikamuna Muna Gibo, Giwemeri. Ebuje, 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 ebuje. Onya iborokuza ya maiteri kwambo. Onya iborokuza ya maiteri kwambo. Biafra do 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 do. Biafra do 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 do. Nema mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Nama mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Agura gubona nu soja mo iwe iwe. Nema mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Nama mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Agura gubona nu soja mo iwe iwe. Nema mutana mubomu soja bini koya. Nama mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Awutata wole nu soja o iwe iwe. Nema mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Nama mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mutana mubomu soja bini moya. Agura gubona nu soja mo iwe iwe.
The airborne voice of Okokonde of Radio Biafra and other sincere-hearted people all over the world vociferously vented their dislike of the killing of the Biafran children. Russian and Egyptian pilots, under the auspices of the Nigerian military junta, continued their vicious aerial attack on Biafra, dumping powerful bombs into Biafran schools, churches, markets, refugee camps, and hospitals, killing hungry and sick Biafran children. Today, we hear of Armed Forces Remembrance Day, but not even an hour is set aside to remember thousands of Biafran children who died as a result of hunger orchestrated by the blockade and as a result of bombs dropped by the fiendish Egyptian and Russian pilots fighting for the Nigerian military junta.
Obioma no di onye nne ya nọ n'ebe a. Ka anyị were nu Obioma no di onye nne ya nọ n'ebe a. Ka anyị were nu Obioma no di onye nne ya nọ n'ebe a. Ka anyị were nu Obioma no di onye nne ya nọ n'ebe a. Ka anyị were nu Obioma no di onye nne ya nọ n'ebe a. Ihe niile zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Akụnụba zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Ihe niile zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Naanị ọnwụ, ọnwụ, ọnwụ zuru ụwa. Naanị ọnwụ, ọnwụ, ọnwụ. Ihe niile zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Akụnụba zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Ihe niile zuru oke n'ala Biafra. Naanị ọnwụ, ọnwụ, ọnwụ zuru ụwa. Naanị ọnwụ, ọnwụ, ọnwụ. Nagagharị n'ọzara na-achọgharị sabotage. Ọgụ ahụ nwutanye ogo nwanga echi. Nagagharị n'ọzara na-achọgharị sabotage. Ọgụ ahụ nwutanye ogo nwanga echi. Nagagharị n'ọzara na-achọgharị sabotage. Ọgụ ahụ nwute m ogo nwanga echi. Nagagharị n'ọzara na-achọgharị sabotage. Ọgụ ahụ nwutanye ogo nwanga echi. Ụmụ Biafra, ụmụ Biafra, ọ bụrụ gịnị ka m ga-emere unu? Ọ bụrụ gịnị ka m ga-emere unu? Roya, 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 ọlụ Chukwu dị ebube, ọlụ Chukwu dị ebube, ọ dị ebube, ọ dị ebube, ọlụ Chineke dị ebube, ọ dị ebube, ọ dị ebube. Amara na aka ga-eso were na, amara na aka ga-eso were na. Namale, namale, nama, namo puru pinazo na go nama. Namale, namale, nama, namo puru pinazo na go nama. Ọkigwe seto jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere ije, jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere. Iwuru onye arụpụ jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere ije, jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere. Aresebu jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere ije, jikere na-agakwa mbọ jikere. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Kama ndị iro gachi anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Kama ndị iro gachi anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Kama ndị iro gachi anyị ike n'ụwa gbawasịa. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Kama ndị iro gachi anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh Biafra, why you delay? Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh Biafra, why you delay? Chobi Masarafi, Bianu, Bianu, Unu Bianu, Wunda Mamiye, Bianu, Bianu, Unu Bianu, Wunda Goza Gozi, Bianu, Bianu, Unu Bianu. Igekwe ka metu kwabaka wadae. Igekwe ka metu kwabaka wadae. Bianu, Bianu, Unu kusi na wusaka yama. Makumani yale yalobe.
War is an ill wind that blows no one any good. Oftentimes, mere hyperbolic conjectures escalate to full-fledged wars. Therefore, before you utter a word to your fellow man, bite the word with your teeth and see how bitter it is. Remember, materials can be recycled, but words can never.
Abuna na-ekwu gbara mmehie Chukwu na ọ bụrụ na mmehiewo site n'okwu ngwa nwada gbara mmehie Chukwu na Ezinna biko na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na ọ bụrụ na mmehiewo site n'anya mmerele gbara mmehie Chukwu na ọ bụrụ na mmehiewo site n'okwu ngwa nwada gbara mmehie Chukwu na Ezinna biko na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na enemy plane na-agafeela aga m agbatu ya na pọtụ selese abegi kulele sụbịakwa jelosi onye ije na oyitela gbamgbam na emehie gowa na-eme n'ihe nne ya si emena omeni ihe nne ya si emena omeni ihe nna ya si emena gbakwụmadị ya lelele oyitela gbamgbam adaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa adaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa adaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa adaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa ejikere m ije agha egwu ya nkata ejikere m ije agha bebi na-ebe akwa onye ga-etinye mgbe ọma mgbanaga isi mgbanaga onye ga-akwado mgbe ọma mgbanaga isi mgbanaga onye ga-akwado mgbe ọma mgbanaga isi mgbanaga onye ga-akwado mgbe ọma mgbanaga.
On the 9th of July, 1967, the gallant Biafran troops, led by Colonel Victor Banjo, arrived Ore, but were quickly repelled as fast as they came. Biafra continued to cede territories to the Nigerian troops on all sides. The remaining population of Biafrans were gradually being squeezed together into the little remaining Biafra unconquered by Nigeria. Port Harcourt fell on 19th of May 1966. Owerri fell on 9th of January 1970. Uli on 11th of January 1970. Aba, Umuahia, Okigwe also fell to the federal troops. Refugee camps became notorious for their shallow graves, fat green flies, hair lice, bed bugs, and paripata, an obnoxious species of bug that defied even the effects of boiling water. Do you remember the proclamation of Biafra as a sovereign state was made on 30th of May 1967 with just 3,000 soldiers? But at the end of the war, more than 30,000 Biafran soldiers humbly laid down their arms. In the annihilation of a folk forced to determine its own destiny, there's nothing holy about others aggravating their calamity. When Allah fights Jehovah, something has gone gravely wrong, and the innocent young and old blight in the name of God.
Company, company, Unuga Kwakwango, a company, Unuga Kwakwango, Akamara Triga Mama, Take Ruele. Iyani Busara no wero nyege jebute, Iyani Busara no nicho nyege jebute, Iyani Busara na sabo nyege jebute, Iyani Busara ne nugo nyege jebute. Commandant Mengwangwa, 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 Commandant Mengwangwa, Commandant Mebute, Iyani Busara no wero nyege jebute, Iyani Busara no nicho nyege jebute, Iyani Busara na sabo nyege jebute, Iyani Busara ne nugo nyege jebute. Commandant Mengwangwa, 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 Commandant Mengwangwa, Commandant Mebute. Nurolanyo na nurolanyo, nurolanyo na nurolanyo. Onwe mgbe ike gọwanga karịko Chukwu. Onwe mgbe ike gọwanga karịko Chukwu. Nna nụrụ Chukwu kere ụwa nụrụ olu anyị o. Nna nụrụ onye kere ụwa nụrụ olu anyị o. Nụrụ olu anyị o, na nụrụ olu anyị o. Nụrụ olu anyị o, na nụrụ olu anyị o. Onwe mgbe ike gọwanga karịko Chukwu. Onwe mgbe ike gọwanga karịko Chukwu. Nna nụrụ onye kere ụwa nụrụ olu anyị o. Nna nụrụ Chukwu kere ụwa nụrụ olu anyị o. Anyị jere ije onye nwụrụ ezuru ike gbamgbam ọnụ oyibo. Onye nwụrụ ezuru ike anyị jere ije pụte. Onye nwụrụ ezuru ike gbamgbam ọnụ oyibo. Onye nwụrụ ezuru ike anyị jere ije pụte. Onye nwụrụ ezuru ike gbamgbam ọnụ oyibo. Onye nwụrụ ezuru ike. Gọvanọ amaghị akwụkwọ zawa kọnelụ n'ọdara iwu ndị amị. Ayeye, ayeye, akụrụ gọvanọ. Gọvanọ amaghị akwụkwọ zawa kọnelụ n'ọdara iwu ndị amị. Ayeye, ayeye, akụrụ gọvanọ. Onye ọma bịara chi m, onye ọma bịara chi.
Hello, my people. Hello once again. To all of you, wherever you may be, I say good evening to you from Western Europe. I also say good evening to you, those in Biafra land. To our people in the States of America, let us say good afternoon. To those in Asia, we say good morning. To the rest around the globe, we say good day. To you all, fellow Biafrans. We are back here this evening in the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority from the city of Munich, Germany. We are broadcasting to you live. Don't forget, the Voice of Biafra International and the Broadcasting Authority of Biafra come under the auspices of the bim-massob family, of course, led by the Biafran leader, Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike. In his own magnanimity, he has provided for us this particular platform to enable our people interact daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We don't come here to castigate the sensibility of any Biafran, no. We respect the human individual. We accord honor to every human status. Sometimes we are attacked, sometimes we are denigrated, but we always take everything with calm aplomb knowing full well that in every king's palace there must be a lizard. Those people who see something good and still try to dent it or castigate it are the lizards in king's palaces. To them we say, very, very sorry. There is much sympathy for them. To the rest who always appreciate, we say a thank you 1,000 times. We bring you the news, we bring you the information, we bring you updates on what is happening around the globe, in Africa, in Nigeria, and to be more specific, Biafra land. Over the days and weeks, it has never been so easy for our people in the city of Lagos. Whatever could be the reasons, we are yet to find out. Sorry, please. Whatever could be the reasons, we are here this evening to know. But whatever may be the case, we quite understand that the predicament which the Igbos are facing right now in Lagos arise from the last Saturday presidential election. Igbos in Lagos were virtually prevented from exercising their fundamental human rights at the polls. The reason was quite obvious, that because of the large Igbo population in Lagos, if they would come out en masse and cast their votes for a particular individual, the game would be up. For some people to prevent that particular act or action, they did everything to frustrate the choice of the Igbo community. They did everything, introduced brigandage into the system, hiring thugs, area boys, and a segment of misguided elements to disturb the peace of my people. Of course, being well groomed from childhood, Igbos took everything calmly. Despite provocation, we remained who we are. That never meant we were cowardly. No, never. Remember, we don't back if we want to bite. But we give the enemy enough time to exhaust himself. When the battle is raging, we are not in a hurry to enter the battlefield because we know the consequences. It's either you win or you lose. Either you live or you die. That is why as Igbos, we have never been in a hurry to enter any battleground. But whenever we enter, we achieve results. In the past, everybody knows how the ugly incidents of the past ended. We never lost. We never relinquished. Even there was a kind of armistice or truce. Then we came out of it all. A kind of armistice which everybody was glad of, but nobody was proud of. That was 1970 Holocaust against my own people. Today, those evil maladies that necessitated the 1967-70 civil Holocaust are rearing their heads once again. What are we going to do? Are we going to fold our arms while the enemy continues to creep down towards our angle? This evening, distinguished fellow Biafrans, we are here to discuss issues that concern us. Why are we hated? Why are we not wanted? Even though we are the geese that lay the golden egg. We cultivate, we do everything humanly possible to make sure that flagelling federation keeps living, at least breathing. But the more we try to sustain the outgoing Nigeria, the more the enemies try to bring us down. But we are not perturbed at all. After all, in Egypt in the years yore, the more they tried to kill the Israelites, the more they multiplied. So in our own case, the more Nigeria and their friends try to bring us down, the more God gives us more strength. We can never be cowed, we can never be brought down, we can never be extinguished. No, no force in Africa will diminish our strength. That is obvious. Of course, in the studio today with me, but from different directions, are Chesana Udeze, who is joining from Japan, and Sonny Emmanuel from Biafra land. Uchenlo Okeke will be joining from Benue State. Makodi Vincent will be joining from Germany. Jude from Lagos. Chid from Biafra land. Michael Kaha from Germany. Ume Masus from Lagos. Sonny Emmanuel, and not others. All of them will be joining from different directions or locations rather to make this day a happy day. We are here today to discuss the altercations of a certain boy resident in London called, what is his name again? I always forget because of his insignificance. Okay, Adeyinka boy also. Did they call him grandson? Adeyinka grandson, okay. Yeah, this boy, this non-entity I call him, is in exile in London, and where he lives in London is just 23 quadratmeters. 23 quadratmeters. One very small apartment sharing his sitting room and the kitchen. From where he was talking jazz, you could see that he was inside the kitchen. He has no sitting room. That particular kitchen shares his own sitting room. 23 quadratmeters. The whole apartment he stays in London with 7 children. If you compare it, it's not up to a toilet and kitchen in Germany. So why does he make noise? The boy is in exile. And here is somebody who is living in another man's land. The British people have never chased this idiot away. The British people have never chased away this idiot. Forget his complaining of discrimination. Why wouldn't they discriminate against you when you have gone there to behave like an animal? There is no sensible person that talks the way you do. Of course, I know we used to have somebody like that in Biafra land. I know. We used to have somebody like that in Biafra land. But how did the person end? After talking and shouting and making the whole noise, giving us list of those to be conquered and distinguished. How did it end? Vanity, shallows and miseries. So today, for Yorubas to have produced somebody like that is not a surprise at all. That's why I say in every king's palace there is always a lizard. This boy, Adeyinka grandson, is one of the lizards in king's palaces. So if the British people have not chased that animal away back to Lagos or from whatever state he comes from in Yoruba land, why then is he making noise? But however, we know him, just like we know many of them. He can talk and shout and shriek. That is where it ends. He can't do more than that. Quote me. Adeyinka grandson he is on a perpetual exile. He's not coming back again. The only time he will come back to Duduwa is maybe in the event of Biafra. After we would have vacated Lagos, then he can stagger in. But insofar as we are still there occupying Lagos, this boy can never step in. He's a noisemaker. So let every Biafran go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Keep on. Look, somebody rightly wrote today that while some of their sons and daughters are on Facebook, are online, telling Igbos to vacate Lagos, their parents are offline, selling more land to Igbos. That captures it all. They are online, telling us to vacate Lagos. Their parents are offline, selling more land to us. Why? Because we have the resources. If they had the resources, they wouldn't be selling their land. So, if you have money, buy. But mark my words, that does not mean that we are going to remain in Lagos all the time. If you're a Biafran, if you're an Igbo, let everybody hear this. If you have one investment in Lagos, in Abuja, or any other part of Nigeria, try and have 2 or 3 in Biafra land. I repeat, and let my people hear. You are free to have 1 investment in Lagos. It's allowed. Nobody will stop you. But while you are having 1 investment in Lagos, Abuja or elsewhere, make sure you have 2 or 3 or more in Biafra land. Because Obirabia Makola. It is true we have bought their properties in Lagos. It is these things are our investments, obviously. But that does not make us Lagosians. Otherwise, that I am paying rent here in Germany, that I have taken over Germany. It doesn't mean that way. One day we shall go back to Biafra land. When Biafra is pronounced, let us see what will happen to Lagos. Lagos will be a deserted village. But let us tell ourselves the gospel truth. How did we enter Lagos? This is a big question. During the 1967 to 1970, when the rest of Nigeria ganged up against my people, we wanted to go. My people wanted to leave Nigeria, and leaving Nigeria meant leaving Lagos as well. We wanted to leave Lagos for them, go back to Enugu, Port Harcourt, Calabar, any other part of Biafra land, Owerri, Asaba, to develop our background. We wanted to have seaports in Calabar, in Port Harcourt, in Warri, Uguta, Onitsha, Azumini in Abia State. We wanted to have airports in Enugu, Awka, Owerri, Asaba, Port Harcourt, Calabar, and all other cities in Biafra land. But they said no, that we must remain part and parcel of this outgoing Nigeria. We never wanted, and they forced us to be there. And we stayed back. They thought we would die. But we survived. We came back. So why are they complaining? We wanted to go. That is a gospel truth. We wanted to vacate everywhere in Nigeria and go back to Biafra land. But your parents, your grandparents ganged up against my people and they refused us to go back to Biafra land. All of you conspired and said we must remain part of Nigeria. We are not part of Nigeria, so why are you complaining? The only condition that will make us to vacate Lagos is we have gotten Biafra. If not that, forget it. Let anybody shout. Let me repeat that statement. The only condition we shall give them before we vacate Lagos is Biafra. Once Biafra is pronounced, once they also support us to have this Biafra and they have their own Oduduwa, we vacate Lagos for them. But vacating Lagos does not mean we are going to lose our investments. No, impossible. Our investments will remain there. And nobody will tamper with any of them. So if this noisy, good for nothing Adeyinka boy wants Igbos, people of his own type anyway, if they want Igbos to vacate Lagos, they should come and apologize to us because of the crimes which their fathers and forefathers committed against the Igbo nation by joining with the rest of Nigeria and Britain to force us into Nigeria. They have to come and apologize and then help us get our Biafra. How do they help us? Tell Nigeria, let this go. Anything we are doing to make sure we go, they join us. Then after we would have left for Biafra, we leave Lagos for them. That is the only condition. Look, tell them that is the only condition. If not that, they should forget it. We take over the whole of Lagos. But then we are not going into wars with the Yoruba nation, no, for reasons that where many Yoruba people have said something to our own side. Senator Bode George has said it all. that everybody is a stranger there, that Igbos must remain. Senator Adesheye Ogunlewe has equally said it all, that Igbos must remain, and he was unambiguous in it, telling them the truth, that nobody can fight the Igbos in Lagos, that we can be so aggressive if we want to fight. That in the event of any eventuality in Lagos, Igbo can never be conquered. Take it or leave it. A Yoruba senator said it. And we buy that idea. And I believe that particular message got to the ears of this dangling Adeyinka boy, who is on exile in remote end of London. The boy can only talk, the boy can only shout, he can only make noise. Post 100 times on Facebook, the boy will just die of frustration. He can't do anything. The more he shouts, the more we buy more land in Lagos. And not worries about it. But we are telling people, stop that rubbish, come back to Biafra land and invest. We are not, if we want to leave Lagos, not on the terms of Adeyinka grandson and his colleagues, no. Not on the terms of anybody, on our own terms. And that term will only be Biafra. Once we are certain, once we have our Biafra, we go home. We leave Lagos. And after we vacated Lagos, 6 to 7 months, Lagos will be a ghost nation. Forget this noise making. They know we own everything there. 80% of the properties, we have it. Look, we must tell ourselves the truth. Forget this noise making. Or do they think that if we leave our properties for them? Oh, that must be a joke. Nobody is going to leave our property or their properties for any lazy animal. They are there for us, and for us they must remain. Let anybody talk and shout and shriek. It's only driving the person into frustration, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. This is what we are saying. So, fellow compatriots, nobody will drive the Igbos out of Lagos. The only condition we shall leave Lagos for them while keeping our investment is Biafra. Once it is Biafra, we take on everybody and go home. But when Biafra has not been pronounced, please, anybody that wants to talk about Lagos should stop. Stop it. Stop that rubbish. You were there hungry. You could not work. Igbos worked, made money, and bought over everything. And let me tell you from the spiritual angle, before I continue anyway, let me welcome my colleagues. Uchenna Okeke from Makrodi. Uchenna, how are you and welcome? Yeah, if Uchenna is not hearing me, Echezna also is in Japan. Echezna, you are welcome. In the same vein, Sonny Emmanuel Umabisi in Biafra land. Sonny, you are equally welcome. So, all of you are welcome to this particular program. Now, what are we saying? Let us view our stay in Lagos from the spiritual angle. Awolowo was the second in command and the finance minister during the Civil War. After the Civil War, everybody knows this is a common story, but I'm just trying to evoke your memory. After the Civil War, Awolowo was a person who devised an obnoxious policy of depriving the Igbos of our millions. A family of 2, 3, 4, 5 or more was handed over only 20 pounds. Only 20 pounds. Who devised that? Awolowo. He thought we would die of hunger or kwashiorkor, but we survived. What evil didn't they plot against us? They tried to bring down our spirits. They tried to make us downtrodden. What didn't they do? But a blessed people. We survived. But however, many died in the course of this. Very many died. After their deaths, they were buried. After how many years? the dead started reincarnating. Hallelujah. If you don't know it now. In the African traditional world order, there is something like reincarnation. In Igbo cosmology, there is something like reincarnation. Bana say no way, lokute. Yonye metra. Oge lota disi eburu. Awolowo punished our people using the federal and the British might. And then deprived our people of millions we labored for. And handed over to every family, no matter the number, a paltry sum of 20 pounds. Jesus Christ. That was the height of wickedness. Now, those people that died because of that punishment, that obnoxious policy of Awolowo, they reincarnated. Today, they have taken over Lagos and telling Awolowo, you killed us. We are now germinating. And the place we are germinating is in Lagos to take that particular thing which we used our sweat to build. Do I repeat? Because of Awolowo's policies against my people after the Civil War, whereby he colluded with the Nigerian government and the British government to hand over to every family in Biafra land in Igbo land a paltry sum of 20 pounds. Only 20 pounds. No matter the number of people in this family, only 20 pounds was handed over for us to die. To bend our spirits, to weaken our bodies. But we still survived, God being with us. And what is happening? Those who could not survive it, the physical strength, they died in thousands. After several years of their sad death, they now reincarnated on a much more fertile ground where Awolowo felt was his own heritage, Lagos. And they are taking over. The simple analogy is this. You gave them 20 pounds, it was not enough for the families, and they died, and they reincarnated and they are taking over Lagos. When they tell you it is spiritual, what do you think? It is spiritual. Everything about Biafra is spiritual. Anything you do against Biafra, you are going to face the consequences. Anything you do against the chosen people of God, you are going to face the dire consequences of your actions. You killed us by depriving us of our harvest, our millions, and gave us only 20 pounds per family, and many died. They reincarnated, taking over that particular Lagos, which you use our money to build. Remember, Nigeria used Biafra's money to build Lagos. Where did they get the money? From oil. Where is the oil? Biafra land. They used our money to build Lagos. All the flyovers. So after using our money to build Lagos, you want us to run away? After depriving us of our 20 pounds, giving to your own people, you want us to run away and leave everything for you? In the spiritual realm, the Lord does not function that way. You must reap whatever you sowed. And this is what is happening. Awolowo deprived us of all we had, and today the reincarnates of those people that died are taking over Lagos, and that is it all. It is a judgment from the realms above, and there is nothing the mortal being can do about it. Let Adeyinka boy shout from now till his kingdom comes. It's a joke. He will continue to shout and hand over, bequeath this shouting to his own children, and children to their own children until infinity. This boy will continue to shout until his kingdom comes. Forget it. He can't do anything. We repeat, he can't do anything. But what we are telling the Igbo is that sometimes a madman can bite. But we must be worried, but not to be afraid. Let us do everything possible to make sure that we develop Igbo land. Enugu, Oka, Owerri, Umuahia, Abakaliki, Yenagoa, Port Harcourt, Ekota Ekpene, and then Calabar. Let us develop, of course, Asaba. Let us develop all these areas. Every other city in Biafra land is begging for development. Let us use our resources and develop all these areas and stop reclaiming swampy Lagos. Let us stop wasting our resources reclaiming swampy Lagos. The reason is so simple. Whenever Biafra comes, and we go back to Biafra land, remember, Oduduwa will invariably take over Lagos as their, if not as their capital, but as their major city. They are going to make some laws, and these laws, likely, these laws might affect our people, and you know it. So that is why we are saying now, do not lay all your eggs one place. Don't carry all your eggs in one basket. In case if the basket falls, then you have something to rely on. This is what we are telling you. Do not lay or carry all the eggs in one basket, fellow Biafrans. Do not carry all the eggs in one basket. This is what we are telling you. Let us play a little bit of Biafra music. Just for the beats, I'm trying to play some Biafra music. Yeah, I don't know if Uchenna Okeke is online with us. Uchenna, are you there? Yeah, did you hear that? Onye tiwe tite nwagu n'ụra. Gị megido meta nwagu dị n'ụra mgbe nwagu tụtara eblebe Igbo ole. Onye na-asị ndị Igbo lawa prapụ na Lagos. Imegide ihe eme ka iwewe ndị Igbo mgbe ndị Igbo tụtara n'ụra, nsogbu ga-adị. Onye tiwe titago nọ n'ụra. Onye tiwe titago nọ n'ụra mgbe nwagu tetere eberebe bụ ole. Onye tiwe titago nọ n'ụra. Onye tiwe titago nọ n'ụra. Onye tiwe titago nọ n'ụra mgbe nwagu tetere eberebe bụ ole. N'alakamo, eluigwe nọrọle n'akamo, akamo dịkwa ọcha. Dịkwa akamo, eluigwe nọrọlekwa akamo, akamo dịkwa ọcha. Ọgbọ ya ejere ahụ onye ga-eche. Yes, while we are playing this Biafra music, let me welcome our people online. Ugwanya Confidence, Chimaruche Okorocha, Simon Joseph, Joe Duwobo, Dominic Chidemere, we welcome all of you. Iba, of course, Michael Chuku, we welcome you. Emmanuel Chidemere, oh, this is my gentleman in South Africa. We welcome you. Emmanuel Chidemere online, welcome far away from South Africa. Prince Uchenna, you are welcome. John Anyawugo, you are welcome also. Onion the highest. That's the bed of the Chuku. Welcome you. In the two Anya Uche Okori. Welcome all of you. Omekwe Michael, Peter Obi, Chigozie, welcome you. Chidon Uche Chuku, Mizuna Akapo. Chidepudeze, Steve Epa, welcome to the program. Biafra Miracle, Patrick Ozemena, Ugochukwu Okolia, Samuel Ekweke, welcome all of you. Here the two Anyamu, you are monitoring, you are watching us from Owerri. Bright Chimeze, welcome John Monday, Onyeka Vitalis. Of course, thank you, Onyeka Vitalis. Biafra, you say is our last show. Onyeka Onyebet, Stanley Chika, Okafo Usochukwu, Kenneth Nwekune, welcome, Godwin Emeka, Anayo Eme Ikechukwu Amu, welcome all of you. Eseye Imade, Innocent Young, Chidebere, Stephen, Osita Obidino, welcome all of you. Ife Harrison, Chigose Ebon, Ogechi, Okoro, welcome. John Mbakwe, welcome you. Osita Obidino, welcome you.
Every sincere heart.
Charles Ujechuku, of course, we say welcome.
Ask why. Why
of course, my honorable leader, the person of Chief Dr. Rafi Wazike, you are welcome. We are broadcasting today because you know it's possible for us. We welcome all of you. You see, this is what we are discussing. We want to make sure that we maintain the standard for which we are known for, and let us still play a little bit of Biafra music.
In Africa, differences are always settled in battlefields, and any side backed by the diabolic Western godfathers always wins. Why has United Nations failed woefully to call their member states to order? When shall every citizen of this earth be free? Mankind must be quick in putting an end to wars, or wars shall put an end to humanity.
Sawa sawa, sawa sawa yo, sawa sawa. Oya merenjo, go on, ewo, go on, erisio merenjo, go on. Oya merenjo, go on, ewo, go on, erisio merenjo, go on. Oleni si anye bino, aye ye. Ikukwe buru ho, aye ye. Go on, si anye bino, aye ye. Awolo si anye bino, aye ye. Obasanjo si anye bino, aye ye. Adekunle si anye bino.
So we'll come back to it again. The music continues playing at the background. What we are saying is this. How did we come back to Lagos? We are saying that during the 1967-70 civil Holocaust, the Igbos, the Biafrans wanted to vacate Lagos. We wanted to leave Lagos completely, to vacate every part of Nigeria. We had wanted to move down to our fatherland. What happened? The conspiracy of the British government, the Nigerian government, of course, Oduduwa as well, came together and stopped us by force from vacating Nigeria. They forced us back into the Union. Now Igbos have moved down to Lagos in compliance to their own directives, forcefully anyway. Now you are coming to complain that Igbos are taking over Lagos. The time you wanted to go, you didn't want us to go. So now we have to stay back in Lagos and you want us to go back in groups? No, it's not possible. One thing we are telling our people is this. Much as we maintain our investments in Lagos, if you have one in Lagos, I repeat, I've said it before, if you have one investment in Lagos, make sure you have 2 or 3 or more in Biafra land. If you have one investment in Nigeria, make sure you have 2, 3 or more in Biafra land, because Nigeria must never remain the same all the time. Impossible. Nigeria can never remain the same, can never remain one all the time. We are already on the threshold of disintegration, of fragmentation, and Nigeria is gone virtually. So when we leave for Biafra land, definitely we are going to leave Lagos behind. And the Yorubas might make laws that will make you auction your investment and you run away. That is why we are telling you, everybody should think Biafra. Stop developing another man's land. Stop reclaiming lagoons and swampy zones. Take your money, invest in Owerri, Okigwe, Umuahia, Aba, Port Harcourt, Yenegua, every city in Biafra land, even the rural countryside. Take your money there. This is what we are saying. But when you continue to invest in Sokoto, Meduguri, Kano, Mina, all these places, when the rain falls, we are going to lose all of them. Simple laws or policies, edicts made by a particular local government, state or federal of the particular host nation, you are going to lose everything. Either you lose or you sacrifice everything at a cheapest cost. So why not begin now to think of Biafra? This is what we are telling our people. A platform has been provided for every Biafran. So make use of it. This is what we are saying. So if you invest any other part of the world without having your own investment in Biafra land, you are wasting your time. No matter how much you have in foreign land, you can never enjoy this money unless you take this money back to Biafra land. Remember, Akurulo. Why can't our own Akurulo? Why do we leave all this in foreign land? Every time we become objects of ridicule. Look at people we are far, far more greater and better off in every ramification, trying to castigate us because they say, what are we doing in Lagos? I have told you, Biafra has spiritual implications. You deprived your forefathers and one who deprived us of our money, of our harvest, and gave every family only 20 pounds, only 20 pounds. In consequence, many died due to hunger, starvation, suffered kwashiorkor. Now they died, they reincarnated in different form. Now came back to that Lagos where you use our money stolen from us to build or to develop. Now they have come back to take what belongs to them. Take it or leave it, it is spiritual. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. Shout from today, tomorrow, till thy kingdom come. Unless Igbos decide to vacate Lagos, no force will make them vacate Lagos. And I have made it abundantly clear. The only condition that will make the Igbos vacate Lagos is Biafra. I repeat, the only condition we shall give them before we vacate Lagos is Biafra. Unless we pronounce Biafra, unless the international community pronounces Biafra, we are not vacating Lagos. And we are not fighting with anybody. Remember, Igbos are very, very lovable, very, very amiable. We stay with our neighbors, we do everything with them, we live in harmony. So, we don't make trouble, except when trouble comes to our doorsteps and we fight it out. We fight everything out. But for Igbos to initiate problems or trouble, we don't do that at all. That is why they fear us. That is why they respect us. Senator Adesheye Ogunlewe said it all. That these people go about their normal businesses on daily basis without disturbing the peace of anybody. But if you provoke them, once they decide to fight, you will not defeat them. He reminded that with bare hands, we did it in 67 to 70, with bare hands, and we survived. This time, we have known better. We have known why we failed, and we wouldn't like to fail again. Nobody fails twice. So those of you who think we are going to run away from Lagos, from any part of the world, shout. It's just a joke. You can never frighten an Igbo man. So, but to God be the glory that a lot of well-meaning Yoruba people have spoken. Femi Fani-Kayode has spoken. Ayo Fayose has spoken. Senator Bode George has spoken. Senator Adesheye Ogunlewe has spoken. The Are Onakakanfo, Chief Ganiyu Adams, has also spoken. And very many other Yoruba people have spoken, expressing goodwill, friendship, offering olive branches. They want peace because they know that Igbos occupy a place in the heart of Lagos, that the economic burgeoning in Lagos today is the making of the Igbo, that Lagos is what it is today is because the Igbo man is there. We keep on saying it. Any country, any city that lacks the footprint of an Igbo man can never develop. Any country, any city that lacks the footprint of an Igbo man can never develop. Take it or leave it. That is why wherever we go, we carry the sparks of the divinity and continue to throw light where there is darkness. We carry our harvest along and make sure that wherever we are, we plant the seedling. We feed everybody. So why are we hated? We don't hate anybody. We are telling our Igbo people, never, wherever you are in Lagos, on no account do you fight any Yoruba man. No. These people are our friends. Forget the misguided elements in their midst. Of course, I have told you, in every king's palace, there must be a lizard. So why do we waste our time listening to video clips of a misguided element who only lives in a 23 quadrat-meter apartment in Lagos with 7 children? Forget him. If he is man enough, come back to Nigeria, come back to Lagos, and then compete. You cannot compete in Igbo land, in Port Harcourt, in Owerri, anywhere. You cannot compete there. Even in your own land, you are complaining that Igbos are taking over. What do you mean? How does it sound? For anybody to complain that Igbos are taking, that Igbos are taking over his land, that person is a lazy creature. How do you think a stranger will come and upset you? Come over, take over the land. You sell your property to him. You sell your land, everything to him. And you want him to vacate it and go back and leave everything for you again. Why? It doesn't happen that way. So we are trying to tell Igbos, while you do your business or businesses in Lagos, live in peace or at peace with your neighbors, the Yorubas, the Hausas, anybody. But don't forget that east or west, who remains the best? Of course, some members of the queue joining us now. If you can hear me, you can as well identify yourself. Uchenna, okay, you are joining from Benue State. Mark right now. Sunday Oti, you are joining from Lagos. Echezena Udeze from Japan, of course. Sonny Emmanuel Wabisi from Biafra land. You are there. Vincent from Germany and lots more. So as you join the broadcast this evening, I keep giving you welcome. Any of you right now with us listening to the program, you are free to make your contributions. Either you give us a call or you can send messages and I will read everything out for our people to hear. We are here to discuss issues concerning Igbos in Lagos. Are we going to vacate Lagos? No. Every Igbo person is saying no because we have our investments there. But we are not claiming that Lagos belongs to us. We are only claiming the property, the investment that they sold out to us. These ones belong to us. But the ones that have not sold to us do not belong to us. It's a simple truth. The ones that have not sold to us do not belong to us. They belong to the Yoruba. But the ones that have sold to us belong to us. So it's a 50-50 affair. Take it or leave it. If we want to resell to you, we can resell to you and go back to Biafra land in our own terms, not your own terms. And the only term is this, Biafra or nothing. This is what we are saying. Music continues. As we address our people on condition of things in Lagos, let us also remind them that tomorrow, being the 9th of March 2019, Nigeria is going to the polls once again to elect governors and members of the State Assembly. It cuts across the federation. In Igbo land, in every part of Biafra land, elections will equally hold. But our focal point is Lagos, where the Igbos are being threatened never to come out to vote. Are we going to succumb to intimidation, or are we going to take the bulls by the horn, come out in mass, and then vote candidates of our choice? We are not here to determine for our people any particular candidate. No, we are not into politics. We don't use this platform to ask our people to vote for any particular party or candidate. Rather, we are saying, go all out, vote for the candidate of your choice. Nobody shall intimidate you. The first one took us unawares. Did you hear me? The first one took us unawares. We never anticipated it. I think we have learned our lesson. It will never happen again. We are telling the Igbos, the Biafrans in Lagos, go all out tomorrow. If you want to vote, go all out and vote. But if you don't have your PVC, don't bother going out. Stay indoors. But if you have, go and vote. They tried it before, they will not try it again. And I'm sure well-meaning individuals have talked to them, brought back senses into them. It will not happen again. So what we are saying is this: tomorrow, take your PVC, go all out, don't make any trouble, vote, and you go home quietly. And if after voting, never you stay there loitering, no, better go home. If anybody tries to disturb you, this is when we shall ask questions. Don't forget, we are broadcasting to you right now from the city of Munich, Germany. Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority. Auspicious, bim-massob family, led by his able leadership, the Biafra leader, His Excellency, Chief Dr. Raf Owazirike. Music Biafra continues.
Achuzebo Hannibal Biafra. Achuzebo Napoleon Biafra. River Niger, Gedi Nonisha. Ebe Chizezri na Yabu Nukwachala. Anom na Monujo, na Luko Nikaka. Anom na Monujo, na Luko Nikaka. Oyikanara o Amayechie. Oyikanara o Amayechie. Otiosa Bobu na Maina Bubo. Otiosa Bobu na Maina Bubo.
Yeah, let me welcome more of our people who are joining us. I have always informed you the reason why I keep on mentioning your names is because the software showing number of people online is faulty a bit, and we have informed our technician to come and correct it. In the coming days, that shall be done. Before then, let me welcome Joshua who are joining us. Of course, Chineke, the Biafra say all we want is Biafra, and we want Biafra indeed. Gabriel Emmanuel, we welcome you. Biafra man, you go by this name, we welcome you equally. Henry Ugumba, Smith Case, we welcome you. Chris Obidimma, we welcome you. Wele Chiwendu Cindy, we welcome you. Ugonna Osunuleme, we welcome you. Ojuku Mmadu, Okechukwu Aroma, James Ziggy, Okochi Uchenna, Chukwemeka Joseph Abasi, we welcome you. Oga, we welcome you. Amaka Benson, we welcome you. We keep on welcoming all of you as you come. These are the list of people who are online with us this evening, monitoring, suggesting, giving their own advice. And we talk to you, you talk to us back. That is why we are here. Under the auspices, bim-massob family, led by the able leader, Chief Dr. Rafo Wasike. From the city of Munich, Ikenna Obibegon is still online with you. Uchenna Okeke is in Benue. Uchenna is online right now. Sunday OT, also if you're online, we require contributions. Sonic Emmanuel Wabisi from Biafra land. You are there. We expect all of you to make your contributions and tell us, would the Igbos vacate Lagos or are we going to stay there? I have said my own. The only condition that will make us leave Lagos is Biafra. Once Biafra is there, once we raise our flag at the United Nations, once it is obvious Biafra is there, of course it's coming. No two ways about it. The handwritings on the wall. We now tell you about it. Take your back your Lagos. He also wrote to Lagos. Ayala wala. Kaimana se mo de rulo mu ishi na sa. Unu gebekwa kwasi biko Biafra last back. Look, I got on 1 year oku. Anytime Biafra la Lagos la okwagu. In 1993 or during the Osa Abiola period. Ane me gragra. Igbo si ju nwayo buru ibu ha na Biafra. That was the time kandi ane mekpotu matlana the whole 70-80% of Moluwe buses in Lagos no ndi Igbo nwe overnight Moluwe across all River Niger. All the downfall buses I get go show the shouting everywhere. At the end of the day, while the drivers were the Yoruba, the owners of the vehicles were the Biafra and Igbo. Overnight, all the vehicles crossed the River Niger. My people. Of course, I was in Lagos then, 1993, during my service years. Lagos became a ghost nation. Lagos became a ghost nation. So please, a second, let me attend to some emergencies. Before then, let the music Biafra play. Yes, I don't know who is the HS now. Oh, it's okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I had to step out. It's normal. It's part of the whole thing. So I was saying something that the only condition we are going to overtake Lagos is Biafra and nothing more. Otherwise, we remain close. Yes, that music is saying the rising sun is there. The Biafran sun has risen, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. You cannot hold the sun from rising, from shining. The rays must continue to radiate. That is absolute. Having risen from Biafra land, the sun must continue to shine. We are asking the Igbos, the Biafrans, invest one in Lagos, invest 3 or more in Biafra land. Then you are secure. But where you leave Biafra land and you continue to invest only in Lagos, you are carrying all your eggs in one basket. You are like the sower in the Bible, sowing on rocky ground. The same sower trying to go into what is called misplaced priority. Don't do something good at the wrong time. You want to invest, it is good, but think home first. Ndị Igbo nọ na Alaba International, ọwụgịrị na-eme unu. The Igbo people at Alaba International ask them their market. Ijumota, trade fair. What is wrong with we? You are the people we are talking to. Why can't you people reason? Bread Nimono. Oja Alaba, Ijumota, ask them that trade fair complex. Miafone, my 12 and what have you. Bread. Why do you reclaim swampy zones in Lagos? Why the Igbo land, Biafra land is lying fallow? Why? Why do you waste your resources in another man's land? No matter, cuculus non factus monatary, a cow can never make a monk. A cow can never make a monk. No matter how you try to paint Lagos, you can never be a Lagosian. Take it or leave it. It's just like a man in Germany, London. It's a British passport. It's a German passport. It's an American passport. If you don't know where America, Britain, or Germany, it's a lie. It's just mere identity. Just to enable you to travel freely. It does not make you a German or a Briton or an American. Hold the passports of America, Britain, or Germany. You can never be a German, a Briton, or an American. It's a joke. It's a big joke. So, if you think that because you hold all these things, you have investments here and there, you have become a Lagosian anywhere, please stop living in delusion. You are deluding yourself. You are deluding yourself. The only place you can call a home where your investment will be protected is in Biafra land. Think of this. If we have all the airports in Biafra land functioning, if we have all the seaports in Biafra land functioning, cargoes coming there, discharging their wares, their goods, you can imagine the economic boom. If we relocate all our big hotels at Ikoyi, Victoria Island, Abuja, everywhere back to Biafra land, you can imagine the economic boom. If we carry all our businesses, all our investments back to Biafra land, you can imagine the economic boom. Overnight, Biafrans will become landlords, no more tenants. Every Biafran shall become a landlord, no more tenants in Lagos, Abuja. And all these people who are telling us to go, they will be forced to come to Biafra land to rent our house apartments, and they will pay. They will be forced to sleep in our hotels, they will pay. They will do businesses with us, they will pay. Of course, when they come from far away distances to Biafra land to buy, we are going to determine the price. We fix the price, we determine the price, and they must only buy. We take over every business. I have always told you, any country, in any particular country, in any given country or nation, any particular zone or state that controls the economy dictates the pace. I keep on telling you, any side that controls the economy dictates the pace. In Germany, Bavaria called Bayern is in charge. They dictate the pace. In America, California, other parts of the world, once you are able to grab the economy, you are in command. And that is true. How are we going to do it? Come back to Biafra land and invest. Ibeto cement in Biafra land, innocent motors. Innocent motors, that pride of the Biafrans, that pride of an Igbo man is at Inewi, Biafra land. Other people are inventing, discovering a lot of things with their own base in Biafra land. So why can't we look homewards? Think of Biafra. Why do you waste yourself? Do you know how many Igbos that die in road accidents every year? Flying from Lagos to Biafra land or Biafra land to Lagos. Now think of it. They have constructed the rail lines from Lagos to Ibadan, Kano, everywhere. Tell me, which rail line in Biafra land? Yet the resources being used for this are taken from Biafra land. So why can't we use our brain? Why must we continue to stay in Lagos, in Kano, Abuja, everywhere? Year in, year out, we continue to shuttle long distances and continue to die in road accidents. Now look at the rest. We're not giving anyone. Why can't we move down to Biafra land where we don't need rail again? Why can't we move down to Biafra land where we don't need to travel long distances before we do our businesses? Where we can never be tenants, but rather landlords in our father's land? Where we determine the cost of everything, where we dictate the pace. So why can't we move down to home? Why do we waste our time? Or are we waiting for Biafra and then there will be a mad rush? There will be a mad rush. And when there is a mad rush, you can imagine the consequences. So what are we talking? Why do we wait? Why must our people continue to loiter in the cities that do not belong to them by nature? Why? So why can't we go home? This is the gospel we are preaching today. Let everybody hear. And we must go home.
If I die today, I will try no more. If I die today, I will try no more. If I die today, I will die no more. If I die today, I will die no more. I am a cheerful. I am a cheerful. I am a cheerful. Unu no de ma. I am a cheerful. Unu na wanudo.
Now we are going to use this opportunity to address some important issues. Let us use this forum and address some important issues. There are no two governments in Biafra land. It is only one. Did you hear me well? There are no two governments in Biafra land, only one. That is one. Number two, there are no two leaders in Biafra land, only one. There can't be two leaders in a nation at the same time. The only Biafran government you know is that under the bim-massob family. We have His Excellency, the Biafra leader, and he is the only Biafran leader. Those of you who are watching our radio screen now, not the TV, the radio screen, if you watch the radio screen, you will see His Excellency, General Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu, cutting a tape on Biafran House. And with him, by his right, is his successor. I repeat, his successor. How many times did I say it? His successor, Chief Dr. Afu Wazirike. Ojukwu was alive and handed over the mantle of leadership to him. And he is still in the race. To crown it all, Ezenri, the Igbo spiritual head, crowned him Ijele Ndibo. And there can be no two Ijeles in Igbo land at a time. He is the den of Kodo, he is the den of Glamis, and the greatest is behind. Those of you who are conversant with share space markets. For now, Chief Dr. Afu Wazirike is the den of Glamis, he is the den of Kodo, and the greatest being behind is once Biafra is pronounced, he is His own excellency. Of course, Biafra is dead. Those people who wake up at the dead of the night and begin to steal what does not belong to them are criminals. Ojukwu did not make you his successor. Ezenri did not give you the traditional title to represent Indigo. You don't have the mandate of the people. If you like, gather towels from every part of Igbo land. Move from place to place, shout, talk. It's a joke. It's a big joke. I'm not Champotu. We know where it will end. So, the only Biafran leader we have is Chief Dr. Afu Wazirike. Any other person is an appendage. What did I say? Any other person is an appendage. A false claimant. It does not work. If you like, after all, the radio you have, who gave it to you? Chief Wazirike. The truth must be told. Promise today, shout today. We want to sell the dance around in the marketplace. That is where it ends. People should stop deceiving Biafrans. Should stop deceiving Biafrans. Not this shout of until we restore Biafra, until how many ages will it take with all this shouting and they're talking about restoring Biafra? Oh, come on, Biafra is already there. Don't shouting referendum. What's a referendum? Biafra is already there. And you're talking about referendum. So, you should stop that mess. When you come out and say, before us there was nobody, after us there will be nobody. Before you, there was nobody. How did you get the radio that you are using that to make noise? Who gave it to you when there was nobody? Let us visit or make research on Google or Wikipedia. I know who is a Biafra leader. If you don't have access to all this, consult those who have access to them. On Wikipedia, on Google, everywhere, Chief Wazirike remains the indisputable Biafran leader. Here in Germany, from where we are broadcasting, he is the only person known, recognized as a Biafran leader. When some people from their own group or their groups wanted to seek asylum, that is where I work also. When they wanted to seek asylum, they were asked to bring letters to prove that they are part and parcel of the Biafran struggle. They brought letters from all these mushroom spring up, or this, what do you call it? Groups. Call them groups. Clubs. I call them clubs. The German authorities said no. They said no, we don't recognize all these self-claimants to Biafra throne. That the only signature they recognize is that of Chief Dr. Afu Wazirike. I was a witness to what I'm telling you. So when people come and begin to shout, If you like, go out and snap picture with white people. Post it everywhere. So, I see white people every day. I sleep with them every day. If I go to a market, white men are there. White women are there. Everywhere I go. If I like, I have my camera, I snap pictures and post. Come on. When did the Biafran struggle degenerate to picture snapping and posting on Facebook? Come on. Let us stop making ridicule of Biafran struggle. And you put a share photo, wolf my boy on your chaka, share photo, book try on Facebook. Can I say, hey, come on, stop that rubbish. When you share bush, you pepper, go Belgium, go Netherlands, and they put share photo on one hotel. They put it on Facebook, so now again, the diplomats and the European Parliament, who gave you, who took you to that place? Stop deceiving. Okay, no wonder. There are particular people he's talking to. All those idiots, all those molded idiots who don't know anything. All those idiots. Every white person, you're like here in Nigeria or Biafra land. I saw one your child. Yeah, we are one your child. Here, one year America. Here, we're German. Here, we're Britain. Come on, who told you that? India need agro nebuha. Ha no Buddha, they seek asylum. And the government in honey, they can't even they don't have the lift to work. They have nothing. You are far more better than them. Man, because I have a church, I say here, I would have share photo, a post on Facebook. Hey, who no church, let's broker, someone and don't share photo. They are going to see here European diplomats. Man, I have broken our side Biafra. And some fools will believe me. Some idiots will believe me. When you are talking, instead of concentrating on what you are telling your own misguided elements, you keep on trying to bring others down. Everybody wants Yoshi. So to give one year. Oh, come on. Biafra. Biafra to fail. Biafra to go mwa. Kamba unezoku. Biafra to go ojudowa. Mbamadu megzotomwa. Oh, wala gadi. Biafra to go mwa. Since we are already ojudowa. So why do you bring Biafra down? You put in a video, maybe I post on Facebook. Oh, we are Biafra asking water. Come on, stop that dance in the forest. Emetana kwaka. Harihe kwaka amadi. Akwaka even onye ntika na akwaka. Onye ntika na akwaka. Harihe ono robot knows. Kora ni aka onye ntika na akwaka. Harihe kwaka akwaka omadi. Ona achi. Ekuto ko onye gwa na achi. Gini ki kwachi onye ogbe amani. Come on. Who never make a Biafra ura la dinti kara la. Stop that. Look at a Biafra onye si Biafra like it pogi them one share photo post online on Facebook. Or we give them one about Europe. All these roadside women share photo get together. Oh my on my village who are artisans, some crisis mechanics. Ha palakaka. How? Obi to lo mabeke. Hey. Mabeke will come to the Bobby. All of them are street urchins. Some of them are worse than those of us foreigners here. And that is true. Some of them sometimes meet us for help, for assistance. That is true. So, it's not a situation where you come and begin to snap pictures with all this roadside, I don't want to use denigratory terms. They are able to say, oh my God. If you could show us where unknown person was asking questions outside, why didn't you show us where you were addressing the European Parliament? Every time I back and they appear up and down, they deceive the money. Oh, that reminds me. I didn't want to make this statement, but I have to go into it now. I am surprised that after very many years of a lot of boys gathered together to bring down Nigeria, only 18 persons, only 18. Up till now, after how many years? Only 18. That is a vote of no confidence on your people, or your own group. Practically vote of no confidence. You have passed vote of no confidence on your people. After how many hundreds and thousands of boys under DSS, at the end of the day, there was nobody fit to fight that, bring down Nigeria. Only 18 persons up till now. By telling us you have only 18, you want to prolong the doomsday till their kingdom come. Then buying time. Fools will continue to mark time for you. the earlier Christians, waiting for the second coming of Jesus Christ. He's going to come till infinity. Many are going to die and reincarnate and die again and reincarnate and die again and again and again and again. They will not see that last particular day. Instead, they continue to deceive you. What is wrong with my people? I ask, what is wrong with my people? Why do you believe anything you are told? It is high time you started reasoning. Stop being like a Mugo. You can never be Mugo all the time. Biafrans are known to have their wisdom. Make use of their wisdom. Of course, we still welcome you Sunday OT. That is not in Jersey. Sunday, you might want to see. I said, any comment you want to go to Biafra support, my floor is open for you. Uchenna, are you there? Sunday, it is in a sunny. The floor is open. Yeah, Sunday, you are welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, I welcome all of you. We have respected you, of course, as usual. So, please, while you want to talk to us, you must try and control your background. Please, noise is coming from where I do not know. Check your background, please. Check your gentlemen, check your background. Gentlemen, check your backgrounds. Check your various background, please. Let not noise come from your angle, please. For Biafrans to hear what you have to say. Gentlemen, Uchenna, you are there, Sunday, you are there, Echezana, and others rather. If you have your contributions, make it. We are saying, should Igbos leave Lagos? On what condition, on what terms? Or should we remain there? This is the topic we are discussing. And bearing in mind that tomorrow is election, what advice do you have for our people to come out and vote or not to vote? This is the question. Over to you.
Yeah, Oracle, good evening.
You are welcome. Yeah, the floor is open, please.
Yeah, yes. Again, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
And all Biafrans all over the world, I greet you all. Yes. Today's topic is a very interesting one indeed. The question is if we are to leave Lagos. On my own suggestion, I think we will.
Yeah, go on. Oh, we have lost him. And of course, you are there. Sonny, Emmanuel, you are there. Uchenna, you are there. Make your contributions because we have lost it. Okay, Sunday is back.
Yeah, no, nobody will force us to leave, and because nobody forced us to come to Lagos, and for that reason, nobody will force us to leave.
No, Sunday,
And
excuse me.
if they said that,
Sunday, excuse me. I disagree with you this time around. They forced us to be in Lagos. You know why? During the 1967-70, we wanted to go back to Biafra land and have our own country. They forced us back. They said we must be part of Nigeria. Now we came back and they have taken over. So why are they afraid again? Why are they asking us to go? So they forced us to be in Lagos. Let us accept that fact. Go on, please.
hello?
Go on, please.
Hello?
Yes, we are with you. Go on. It is we can take over.
Hello?
Sunday, if you are hearing me, go on. We are listening to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes. You remind me of what happened about 1967 to 1970. Yes, you will not beat a child and refuse that child to cry. I think it's an abomination. You will not ask us not to leave, and at the same time, you are forcing us to leave. We wanted to leave, and at this time around, you want to force us to leave. Well, I don't have much, but the late and question they are listening.
Sunday, we're not getting you clear.
That's anything. That's the way you force the person, even if he don't have his back, a way you wouldn't will bite you. I think the world, we been pushed to the wall, and if you push someone to the wall and he don't have any other place to shift to, he has no other option than to turn to you. I pray that it will not reach up to that extent. But if it does, everybody should bear it in mind that nobody has the monopoly of violence. Nobody. So we are all.
Sunday, we're not getting you. There is a new flash coming to us right now. We are hearing that right now, that in Lagos right
Principle
now.
of no, don't know what to do. It does not mean that we don't know what to do, or we don't have what it takes to stand whatever pressure. But we are only obeying our leader because of the principle he is using. But if we are being pushed to the wall, I am telling everybody the truth. It won't be funny. And at the same time, I want to advise our brothers and sisters, those that are here in Lagos, to come out en masse tomorrow and cast out their vote. Vote for any candidate of their choice. They should not succumb to any intimidation.
Sunday.
I haven't seen any light.
Please, Sunday, excuse me. Sunday,
yes.
Sunday, there is a news we are getting now, a kind of flashing news, that somewhere in Awori part of Lagos, 2 Igbo persons have been shot down.
Where?
At Awori.
Where?
Awori, or how you do Awori also. 2 Igbo persons shot down by APC thugs. This is what we are getting now. We are trying to confirm better from the pictures we are being sent. From the pictures we are getting, I don't know, a crowd gathering somewhere at Awori. So if you know of anybody who is somewhere over there at Awori, please make contact now and give us feedback. We are being told that 2 Igbo persons, 2 Biafrans, have been shot down at Awori in Lagos. Let us confirm the news coming, please. Go on.
Okay, thank you very much, Oracle. Then, as I was saying, tomorrow and cast out their vote, they should not bow to any intimidation. I haven't seen any animal lion in the forest. We are the sons of the lions, and nobody should threaten us. Whichever way they want it, we are ready to give it to them. We are ready. If worst come to worst, we destroy Lagos. Let everybody go to their different. Lagos, of course, is no man's land. If they want to destroy Lagos, we help them and do that. Then let everybody go to their different villages and states. So that's all I want to do. I will put up a call now and I will give you fully feedback. Thank you very much, Ora.
Thank you very much, Sunday, for that contribution. Let me welcome all of our people who are just joining us. Raf Okeke, yeah, just joining. Like I said earlier on, why I mentioned them to our viewers is because the software giving us the total number of people on the screen is a bit faulty. We are yet to correct it. So I have to welcome Rapo Keke, Patrick Njoku, Joseph Ome, Abu Romanus, of course, Tony Asomba, Sunday Eze, Mweke Matthew, of course you are there. Those who are even not on our side, they're watching it, I don't know that name goes. This is Tony Asomba, you know, is always, this is one of the lizards we have in Biafra land. So it's one of the lizards we have in Biafra land, the kind of stupid idiots. Nonso Oji is there, Onyekachi Uche. So, some of these idiots on our pages, we have to stagger them out. They don't deserve to be recognized. Ede Victory, of course, we welcome you. Sonny Alozie, of course, we welcome you. Innocent Ifani and many others. The people welcoming you. The list is very long, so I welcome you one after the other as the screen projects. Udeze, you are there on the line? Udeze.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, please. The question here is, Ndibo, should the Igbos leave Lagos or should we stay? And on what condition should we leave or stay? That's the question we're discussing this evening.
Well, there is nothing like leaving Lagos. We have been in Lagos, we have been in Lagos. Lagos actually is Yoruba land. But there is nothing anybody can do about it. Since they force us to be part of Nigeria, we have to force ourselves to be part of Nigeria and do whatever they are doing until Biafra comes. We have to participate in everything about Nigeria. You know, they want to use this election boycott against us, thinking that we're going to buy the idea. But since we refuse to buy the idea, now they are forcing us out of the election. They are trying to frustrate us to make sure we don't vote or we don't come out to exercise our right. But the truth remains that we will remain in Lagos and participate until if they are tired of us, if they don't want us to live in Lagos and Abuja or any part of Nigeria, then they should ask us to go and have our Biafra at home. Simple as that. This is what I have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that it is a man that enacted the policy that closed down Port Harcourt Airport, Calabar Airport, all other airports, seaports, let me say seaports, for us to be using only Lagos. So if they are afraid of the Igbos, then they should change that policy. Open all these seaports and we go back to Biafra land. But insofar as only Lagos seaports are functioning, if they like, let them cry out blood from their eyes. We are not leaving Lagos. The only thing we are telling our people is, do not lay all your treasures on earth. The Bible will say, do not lay all your treasures in Lagos, because there is more there. Lay more of your treasures in Biafra land. Lay more of your treasures in Biafra land. This is what we are saying. That is, yes, with us?
Hello.
Yes, hold on, please. So, we are telling our people, we are not leaving Lagos. We have bought a lot there. We have established, but that should not make us forget Biafra land. We must go back to Biafra land and develop more. Yes, somebody on that. Yes, go on, Uchenna. Welcome.
All right, I shall meet you here. I can ndị na-ebe dị iche iche kenekwa ndị ga-anyị ntị n'onu na ụbọchị taa dịka okwu anyị kpụ n'ọnụ taa na mgbasa ozi anyị ozi na-erute anyị ntị na ndị ofe mmadụ na-asa anyị naba anyị hapụzi anyị naba ọ bụ eziokwu na ha kwuru nke a mana dịka anyị si wee na-aghọta ya ka ndị na-ekwu okwu a ọ bụ ndị isi ekwu ọnwụ ka ọ bụ ndị ọnụ na-agara okwu n'ala Yoruba na-ekwu okwu a n'ihi na a na-esi na ọnụ onye kwuru okwu ma ọ bụ onye kwuru okwu wee mara mkpa ọ dị otu a ga-esi were ga ozi a ya bụ na onye nwere ezi na ozuzu ọha ama ntụpụrụ ya ọnụ mana o kwere m nghọta na ọtụtụ ugboro na Naịjirịa ndị ọnụ na-aga n'okwu na-ejikarị ndị isi ekwu ọnwụ wee na-agbasa ozi ha ka o were dịka gasị na aka ha adịghị na ya dịka ndị ebe nọ ebe a na-akpọkarị nọọsụ ọdụ ha chọọ ịrụ arụrụmana ha ezipụ ndị isi ekwu ọnwụ ha na-eme ka ha na-achọ okwu ka gasị na ndị isi ha ma maka ya mana dịka anyị mabụ ndị Igbo maka ndị Biafra anyị o kwere anyị nghọta na anyị abụghị otu na Naịjirịa ya mere ọtụtụ akpọmasị anyị na-afụta na Naịjirịa dịka anyị na-asụ ụmụnne anyị ebe ọbụla ha nọ ọkachasị ndị nke nọ Lagos asị ka m nwakwuwe n'obi nke ihe adị njọ asị ka m nwa na anyị onye ọbụla nwere akara onye ọbụla nwere nke ndị bekee na-akpọ voters card gbuwe ya na ngwa mgbachi na-efo a na-akpọ na-emepe ụzọ ka eje tụpụta onye merụpụta onye ga-achị Lagos steeti o kwere anyị nghọta dịka otu esi egwu anyị na iwu na-achị Naịjirịa gwara anyị na ebe ọbụla onye nọ wee nọrọ ya afọ 10 na ị nwere ikikere ọbụla nke itozuru etozu dịka onye mba maọbụ onye obodo ahụ iwu na-achị Naịjirịa bụ ihe na-akesịrị iwu na-achị Naịjirịa ya mere ụmụnne anyị ndị nọ na obodo ofe mmanụ ọkachasị Lagos unu pụtara igwe onwe ihe ndị ofe mmanụ ga-eme anyị n'agbanyeghị ihe anyị na-anụ n'abalị a na o nwere ndị agbagoro egbe ugbu a ihe anyị na-ebu ihe ha ga-eji were tinye onwe ha ụjọ ọ bụghị maka anyị etinye ụjọ n'ihi na anyị nwakwa egwu n'onwe anyị a na-atụ anyị atụ ọya ha ji ewere ya nwanne ha weje were ya were mee ihe a na-akpọ kampen na Lagos ka o were kwa gasị na ha emerigo mana nke a ama nwe ka anyị daa mba wee na-asụ ụmụnne anyị n'ụpụta n'obi nke m ma ndị ofe mmanụ ha chọrọ ya ma ha chọrọ ya na unu binye aka na PDP onye ma ọ na-ekwu ọkwa obi nke m amaghịzi m maka obi onye ọzọ o wee bụrụ ya ụmụnne m unu binye aka gwa ha na anyị nwaso were ala Yoruba ọgbọsọsọ ndị ofe mmanụ nwe ya anyị nwaso were ya n'ihi na anyị anọzigo ebe anwa afọ 10 ama m afọ one ma one nọrọ ebe ahụ tupu hapụ Lagos dịka o si wee dị na iwu na-achị Naịjirịa unu etozugo ihe eji mmadụ eme na Lagos. O wee bụrụ ya nọ ndị ụjọ onye ụjọ asị na anọ na be onye ike bụ onye ụjọ afro bụ onye ike aka ha ma bụ ndị ụjọ ha na-atụ anya aka ka ha mara ihe ga-eme ha na-akpọsa anyị ka ha mara ihe ga-eme mana anyị ejiri ụjọ wee na-eto okorobịa ihe a ana m agwa ụmụnne anyị nwere ejiri ụjọ wee na-eto okorobịa ha mara na akpatụ ọkụ ha na-akwado emunye mgbe ọ ga-enwuru onwe ọ ga-abụ onye nta ma okeke ma okafọ ọ ga-agba onye ọbụla. Ya mere ụmụnne m unu atọ n'ụjọ unu ada na mba unu jisie ike unu kọọ ya kwesịrị onwe ihe na-emenụ unu nwee ike itinye na ya rụpụta ya ihe ọbụla ndị ofe mma chọrọ ime ha mee ya anyị naghị atọ n'ụjọ. Ya ga-eze ụmụnne m a sị na ntị nna anụ ihe ọ naghị ha ka ntị nwa gara na nwanne ya nwoke bụ onye isi mgbasa ozi a nke vobi nakwa BBA agwụgwọ anyị ọtụtụ ugboro ka anyị jisi ike anyị pụta n'ihi na nkwụcha abụrụ ụjọ. Ya gazie na ụmụnne m wee na-ekenekwa unu ọzọ wee na-asị ka ọ dịrị nwoke mma dịrị nwaanyị mma egbebelu ugobelu nke si ebe ebe na anyị ga-agọzikwa ya ebe ọ ga-ebe. Ya gazie elu udo.
Ndewo Uchenna Okeke ime na dịka isiri gwa ya okwu site n'ebe ị nọ a na-akpọ Makọdị na-agwa ndị Biafra ndị Igbo nọ na Lagos okwu. Ihe anyị na-agwa ndị Igbo ndị Biafra nọ na Lagos bụ anyị agaghị eji ụjọ biri na Lagos maka na eke ihe nọ na Lagos ụzọ atọ ndị Igbo nwe ụzọ abụọ. Anyị agaghị agbara ha n'ọsọ, anyị agaghị atụfu ha atụfu, anyị agaghị ereghasị ha. Ọwụ nke anyị ọwụ anyị nwe. Mmadụ agaghị eji ụjọ hụja anyị bikos anyị nwe ụjọ. Ọ bụ anyị nwe ụjọ, ụjọ anaghị atụ ụjọ. Anyị ejirikwere ụjọ biri na Lagos ma ọ obodo ebe ọzọ. Ebe ọ na anyị mepere Lagos mee Lagos awụrụ obodo eji ama atụ, anyị ga-ebiri Lagos. Eso ọ masịrị anyị mgbe anyị nwere Biafra anyị asị ụmụ Biafra mgbe kwado na ka anyị lawa. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-erechi ihe anyị nwere anyị erechi ọkwụrụ na anyị dasha ya ndị ogbenye ndị na-enwe dịka ha nwere anyị lawa ala Biafra ga-arụchi ọzọ. Ọkwa na anyị ga-amasị anyị ahapụ ya n'obodo Lagos na-aga elekọta ya ọnụ. Mana onye ṅụcha mmanya pụta dị etiwarịsị Igbo gbalaga ọwa asị mmanya ahụ ga-emerego gbuhuo onye. Mmadụ agaghị achụpụ anyị na Lagos. Ka m gwakwa m ụnụ ka wee eziokwu, ewu gere ọkụkọ gere, onye ihu gere onye azụ gere, oke gere nkwe gere. Ndị a na-etiwarị Igbo unu ga-ala esi iwe ga-ewe ndị Igbo anyị chere nzogbu. Ka m gwa m ụnụ ke bụ eziokwu, I will signpost imagine everywhere in Lagos. Nothing will happen. To be candid with you, if we decide one day due to provocation, we put all our signposts, Biafran signposts every part of Lagos, it becomes our colony. And heavens will not fall. I repeat, heavens will not fall. If you like, shout in London, shout anywhere you like. We shall remain unmoved. But you see, we wouldn't like it to go that extent. We respect the owners of the land because a good number of people have spoken and spoken very, very well. And we listen to those people. We listen to their voices. That is true. That is why, because of the advice of these well-meaning individuals, we would like to make problems. Tomorrow is election day. People should go out and vote. Already this evening, the Kaisile Motozi have been known as Majarindibo, Kare Potani. Owasi, you cannot frighten a tiger. Ndi Igbo Potano to only vote the Igwe. Oruzie na ndị iro all these towns. Ụmụaka ndị a na-emeji ụlọ na-eji oru n'ezi n'ụzọ. Ọ bụrụzie na ha pụta chọ ka ha nye anyị nsogbu. Ihe ahụ mere 1990 what or 2001 or 99. Anyị eme ya ọzọ. Of course, you know the consequences. I'm going to make a trahe bakasi. Sure, bro, I don't want to talk. But all mana own a hand here IG where release our luxury buses from abandoned nature. Pata Lagos, we are not going again. We occupy everywhere. But you see, all time we now do, they will not understand. But to God be the glory that we have well-meaning individuals who are there talking about peace in our land. And to those people, we must respect. To them, we must offer the honor. This is what we are saying. Fellow Biafrans, we are still broadcasting to you from the city of Munich. This is Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority. I am your moderator, your servant, of course. Don't forget that the possibility of this particular broadcast is made certain by the bim-massob family, led by the Biafra leader, Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike. So that is why we are here all the time, broadcasting to all of you. We are here at your beck and call. The floor is still open to those of you who would like to make contributions. Valentine joining from Port Harcourt. Are you there with us?
Yes, you can. I'm here with you.
Yes, you are there in Port Harcourt, and those in Lagos are under stress. Do you want them to come home or to stay in Lagos? What advice do you have for our people?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valentine Ugoji from Port Harcourt. Looking at what is happening, I would like our people to stay in Lagos, but think towards home. They don't have to start rushing back home now. No. You know, the relocation is not all that easy. It is a gradual process. So they have to start thinking towards home, thinking towards relocating in any way, but for now, they should remain where they are. Nothing is going to happen. We are not afraid of anybody. Nobody is going to harm them. Nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody is going to move them from where they are. And I am advising them tomorrow they should all go out and vote. They should vote for the candidate of their choice. Nobody should tell them whom to vote to. Like me tomorrow, I'm going to vote for the candidate of my choice. So everybody, wherever you are, don't break the law of the land. Make sure you abide by the rules of the land. Make sure you go out tomorrow and vote. But all we are saying is that they should think towards home. Nobody can move them from where they are. Nobody can move them from their businesses or whatsoever they do. But in as much as they are doing their business in Lagos, they are doing whatsoever they are doing to earn their living. They should also try to invest in their homes so that they will start developing their homes. And when your home front is developed, no government can shake you. Like if you watch what Reno Omokri says, there is a tweet he sent on his Twitter handle. He said that the economy of Nigeria is being controlled by the Igbo. That if the Igbos relocate, that Nigeria will collapse. That was what he said on Twitter. So what I am saying is that it should be a gradual process. Our motto says non-violence, non-exodus. So we are not violent people and we are not moving from where we are. But we need to think towards developing our home. When we start developing our home, all those things we look for will start looking for us. Those people that go to Lagos and other places to buy things, they will start coming to our home to look of it. Take Newi for an example. When a motorcycle was invoked, all auto parts they traveled to Newi to get it. They moved to Newi to buy motorcycles, to buy the parts until the federal government started stopping bike and the rest of it. So what I am saying is this: even our brother that is innocent, you see that many people come there to do what? To get their goods and services from him. Even when Nigeria wanted to repair some of their helicopters and the rest of it, they came to him. They told him to come to Abuja. He said, "No. If you want to repair them, bring them to my base. I will do it from there." And the Nigerian government have no option than to obey what he said. So what I am saying is that we are the best at whatsoever thing we are doing. But we should try to do what? Think towards when we have enough land. We have enough land where can contain all those things we are doing. All we need is to start. When we start, you see the world will bow. They will come to look for you. This is a little I want to say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentine Ogodi. Let us listen again. Yes, that is the question. What should we offer our people, our Biafran people? What are we going to offer you? We offer you peace. We offer you goodwill. We offer you success. We offer you progress. We offer you long life. We offer you everything that is good because we are Biafrans. And nobody can move us out of Lagos. Never. Unless we decide to go in our own terms and not by the terms of the enemy. That is true. Let us welcome our people more. Sunday, you are still with us. Thank you so much. To those who think we are carrying out propaganda, it's not propaganda. We are telling you the gospel truth and nothing more than that. Maso Oji, Onyekachi Uche, we welcome you, Eden Victory. You are welcome also. Sonny Anozie, Innocent Ifan, Ideni Sintachi, Ishmael Osigwe, Kana Yochuku Ono, Emeka Mobu. Lot more. The list is much. So, fellow compatriots, fellow Biafrans, we have spoken to you. We cannot spend hours upon hours talking a word they say is enough for the wise. We have told you we are not leaving Lagos unless we decide to go. And it is only on condition of Biafra that we decide to leave Lagos. But our investments and what have you will remain for us. Remember, the man stole our money, gave us every family only 20 pounds. Many died because of it, and now reincarnated in Lagos to take their pound of flesh. Who says nature is not taking its own toll? Why are they complaining? Complain today, complain tomorrow. It doesn't move us. It doesn't move us. We have taken over. And like somebody rightly posted today, the more you complain on Facebook, the more your parents continue to sell land to us. And we keep on buying. Of course, we have the money. We have the money to buy more. We can buy the entire Lagos and make it a Biafran colony. But because we don't want to provoke anybody, that is why we are very, very peaceful, asking those ranting on Facebook to listen to the voice of their elders, who understand the importance of the Igbo man in any part of the Federation. And it is only when they understand that there will be peace in that country. And then when Biafra eventually comes, it shall also be peaceful. Likewise, Oduduwa, we wish you a happy progress in your search for your own republic. This is what we are saying. Repeat, Igbos remain in Lagos, but why you put one in Lagos, put 5 or 10 in Biafra land. Be on the alert. Don't just sleep. The madman sometimes can bite. Let us not take the madman for granted. Sometimes he can bite. What we are telling you, wherever you may be, think of Biafra. Our leader, Chief Dr. Wazika, has asked all of you, because of his philosophy of non-violence, don't confront anybody. But when you are confronted, defend yourself without sounding aggressive. That when you are in any place, do your businesses, but never forget Biafra land. Make sure you come back home. We are coming back home with time, and this is the only time for which we are going to leave Lagos for you. Fellow compatriots, we are coming to the end of the broadcast, and let music Biafra take the rest of the day. Thank you very much, and God bless. So that was that. And we have virtually come to the end of this particular evening broadcast. And we say for the rest of the day, let music Biafra, take its own. We are here to satisfy you, and we have done our best for this particular evening. Thank you so much. Remain blessed, and remain blessed all the time.
All hail Biafrans.